jujitsu when you want to like drill a lot when you're a wipeout and shit. Because I remember that.
All right. So
and I know what they're thinking. I know what people are thinking when they're wipeouts when they're drilling like that.
And can the people see you? They can. We are live. Check me out.
Hello, internet.
Hello. I'm wearing my yellow shirt to off balance my yellow teeth. There you go.
Aww.
There you go. So that's a technique.
Well, my teeth are way, way worse than yours. And you know what sucks? Like, I have like a marginally decent looking face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the one thing that like, the one compliment that I get on a regular basis that I kind of believe is, oh, you have such a nice smile. And I'm like, no. What I have is a nice shape.
Yes.
And there's good energy, but the teeth are all crooked and miscolored if you look very closely.
I think
so. Don't look very closely.
Don't look very close. I think it's better to have that than to have like I've seen the meme before and Jay posted it again. It's like having capital gums with lowercase teeth. Like I think having
sometimes that happens.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's like, whoa, it's like you got a lot of real estate up there and not a lot going on down there. Yeah, your teeth are gonna fall out soon. Yeah.
It's like your gums built hotels and your teeth only built houses.
No, they built foundation. That's the foundation. You got a hotel. Living on top.
I was going with the Monopoly thing.
Oh yeah. I got you.
You son of a bitch.
Collect go past $200. I got you.
Ruin my joke.
Yeah.
So Anthony, what'd it do?
Not much. Just another day, another dollar, popped ribs. It's okay.
So it's not another day, another dollar. I'm glad you're taking that attitude.
Yeah.
But this is your first rib injury.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, like, I've always felt like there was pain in my ribs, but I just thought it was...
I've always felt there was pain there.
Yeah, I always felt pain there, but, like, I'm just like, oh, it's just because, like, I'm not, like, I don't know. It's ribs. They're not supposed to be supporting people all the time. Like, that's not what they're supposed to do.
That's a very good point.
So it's like...
Yeah. So I'm not going to go super slut and take my shirt off. I'm not going to pop the top on the podcast. That's for my Instagram story only. But my ribs, if you put your hands on my ribs and just rub up and down, you'll feel a lot of irregularities.
Yeah.
Right? The first time I injured my rib, I was a blue belt. And I was underneath a large guy. For those who don't know me personally, who've never touched my tiny body, I weigh about 145 to 150 pounds right now, which is giant for me. That's a giant Darren.
Right.
And this guy that I was rolling with was about 275, and I was underneath him as if I had taken a shot. So I'm turtled facing his hips, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, let me control his elbow and just turn my torso really quick, and I'll slam him down and get on top of him. And when I twisted my body, my ribs made like 3 pops, like glonk, glonk, glonk. And instantly I couldn't breathe well. I felt like someone had like stabbed me in the fucking body. Right. And so I finished out the round, and then I just laid flat on my back, and I felt like I could not move for about 15 minutes.
Right.
That injury kept me from training full go for about 7 weeks. And the thing about that injury is that it feels like, oh yeah, I feel pretty good today. Right? It's like week 3, I'm like, shit, I'm not even injured anymore. I go into fucking train, and while I'm teaching, instantly I'm in severe pain again. And I'm like, this is a nightmare. Like, so you break your arm, that's like 8 weeks to your life, 6 weeks to your life. And you know that. And when it comes off, that's going to be fucking healed. The ribs are more complicated than that. Yeah. So I'm glad that you have a good attitude about it, but be fucking cautious.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to the point where, like, you're questioning yourself, like, am I being a pussy right now? Like, am I, like, I want you to worry that you're being too soft on yourself for, like, another week. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, when you think you're straight, be a pussy for a week because I asked you to.
Yeah. I mean, you and my mother, she's like, yeah, if you feel any pain.
Me and your mom agree.
Yeah, she's like, if you feel anything, you got to go to the hospital. Do get an x-ray. Make sure there's no bone fragments in there.
Yeah, so here's the thing, and, like, it sounds very, like, I'm a boy, and I don't see doctors because I'm fucking tough.
That's what I try to explain to my mom. But
there's nothing they will do for you. Like, it's like for jiu-jitsu folk, we break our fingers, we pop our toes, and we hurt our ribs. And those are three things that, for the most part, you should not see a doctor about. Like, if they do the little hangy thing with your finger, right? And like maybe there's a ligament that's detached, but if you just pop the finger at the joint,
Yeah.
and you go see a doctor, they're gonna be like, like
Don't
that's
do
your new finger. Like,
Don't do what you're doing. Yeah. Don't do what you do for fun ever again.
that's your new hand now. Your hand goes like that now. Look at you.
Yeah.
You're novel.
Yeah.
Look how interesting you just became at parties. So yeah. So there's that. But I think a lot of these rib injuries happen underneath heavier people.
Yeah.
Or in stacking type positions. And sometimes it can happen with impact. So like if you're passing the guard and you land on someone's elbow or knee, these are the kinds of things that usually cause these injuries. So like compression is very common. Twisting is very, very common. And there's also the impact injuries depending on your guard passing style. A lot of times it can happen when you're trying to pass the guard.
Now I got to guess and now we're going to play a little game here. Guess which one? A, B, C, D.
Oh, it was C for you.
No.
Damn it.
It was actually when I was trying to get elongate. You know how you always say I'm trying to break my own spine when I try to like disappear underneath people? you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're referring to,
so
yes.
I like went back and I went back and it just went boop. And I was like, oh, I'm coming back together now in a crunch. And we're gonna stay like
You're
this.
like, oh, when Darren said I was gonna break my spine, it actually my ribs went first.
Yeah, my ribs went first. My ribs were protecting me the whole time. Now I have nothing. But
that was nice of them to protect you like that.
It was like nice. Like I did it because I don't know. I'm like I think you should just exaggerate everything and make it be invisible. Be like a little line on the ground and just disappear. And I went too far and I just went.
You went full retard.
Yeah, was I even full retard?
You're not supposed to do that.
I went slow. I was like doing polite, and I just went back, and I was just like, okay, I feel this pop. I'm coming back in. I'm not gonna move. Cool. And I'm like, all right. I can move now. We're good. Moving. And I'm like, ooh, it's a little sore. Let's keep going. All right, cool. Next round. Let's keep going. Another round after that. Cool. Lay down. I can't get up. People come over. Hey, what's going on? Just go away. Hang out with everybody else. Just don't talk to me right now. Just don't talk to me. I'll see you later. And then I get up and I'm like, okay, I think I can live my life for a little bit. So yeah, but it was cool.
Don't talk to me right now.
Yeah, don't talk to me. It was very benign. Like it wasn't even like there was no pressure. There was no scrambling. It was just literally like, well, it was a little bit of pressure. Like they were just passing my guard, and I just moved myself back and went back too far. I went boop, and that was it.
That position actually hurts my ribs. Like, you know, when you're doing the ab work, you're laying on your stomach, you extend your arms, lift the legs and hips. They call it Superman.
Yeah.
Superman position hurts my existing rib injuries. So like everywhere where you would have to be resting on.
Yeah.
All those spots are super irregular. So it puts like added pressure on like calcium deposits that have healed over where the pops were. So I have to put down one of those thick like yoga pad things to put my belly on or my ribs on when I do the Superman. So that motion, can definitely fucking hurt your ribs.
Gotta get him sanded down. Just sand it down.
Sand it down.
Yeah.
Just get in there. I'm gonna open it up. Yeah. I'll do it all at home. I'll get an X-Acto knife and a disc sander. I'll be ready to go to work.
Wet dry vac.
It's easy work.
Yep. Speaking of injured people, shout out to Dan Van. Hope you're healing better. He got his surgery. I think he
got his surgery. Yeah.
Yeah. He's I think he's on crutches he's out on bed for like I think a week or two, and then
out on jail. I don't bail fresh out of jail.
And then let's see what is it. Let me look at the messages. And then he'll come back. Yeah. So he's out for 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna be on crutches for like 3 to 4 weeks. So. Yeah.
All right. If I make it back to Ohio, we gotta make something happen for that, dude. We gotta like.
Oh yeah, I already told him. I said I'm gonna give him like a little care package of booze, just to like help him pass through the time.
That dude had open heart surgery. I don't know if we need to be like sitting him.
I think he's fine. I think he's like.
Is he allowed to get drunk?
I think so. I think he's.
I don't know how anything works.
I asked him, do you want booze? He's like, yeah, man, I love booze. I'm like, okay, I'll give you some.
All right,
booze.
cool. Then we can give him booze.
Yeah. Let's go stop by, see that homie. But
yeah, we'll stop by.
Yeah. So
with a care package.
What about you? I heard you were famous again yesterday. Were you famous?
What are you talking about?
Yesterday? Were you hanging out with the? Am I allowed to talk about this? With the 4-letter company?
Oh No, I'm not famous.
Oh, okay. I thought you were had your
Um,
15 minutes.
yeah, no, there was a lady, a nice lady who is shadowing Jess for a couple of days, and she's writing a piece for ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I was not being shadowed or
Okay.
anything by
Okay.
a 4-letter company. There was just a lady around. Like she was at the gym, she was at our house, and she was really nice.
Yeah.
Like you know how like you ever meet a person who constantly asks you if like they're imposing,
Yeah.
and like at first it's kind of adorable and endearing.
No.
They'll be like they all make the same face, right? It's like a squinty like, and then the hands come in, and you know what I'm talking about.
It's
Like, is
it too much?
would it be okay?
Is it too much? Am I doing a lot?
That's-
Am I doing a lot?
In a nutshell, that's how this lady interacted.
Mhm.
But she was also very sweet and entirely likable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, she needs to choke like a few people. Like maybe if she like
Maybe it's the other way
got
around.
to like two-stripe wipeout,
Yeah.
her shoulders would come back a little bit, and she'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go do this. Is that cool?" Instead of being like, "Is it all right if?"
I mean, that's just journalist bullshit, though. That's just how all journalists.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is. That's
See, like asking the question or having that demeanor. So like you have to ask things
yeah.
so that you know you're not overstepping your boundaries, so that you don't lose rapport with a person. Like I get that part of it.
Mhm.
It's the tone that I don't think is necessarily like, oh, that's how journalists are.
Well, no. Well,
Like-
let's be very clear here. So it's like journalists that are being thrown into MMA. It's because it's an unknown thing. Like you have like barometers for like basketball, baseball, whatever.
Still, let your nuts hang. Like,
Well, it's different.
what's the worst
though.
that can happen?
I know it is, but you have
oh,
to.
I guess the worst that can happen is they can kick your ass.
That's the absolute worst thing that can happen. Yeah, I agree. And so like we're not like it's not like we're dealing with like the most stable people in the world in the sport. I mean,
Sir,
I'm just saying, let's be real here. You get punched in the face every day for practice. Like that's if you do it wrong. So if you do it wrong, you get punched in the face every day. So
if you do it right, you still get punched in the face every day.
not every day. It's like you don't spar every day. Like you don't go full clip sparring. It's like you get tagged, you get little bobs.
Oh, you don't?
Do you go?
Is that wrong?
I think.
No,
hey,
I'm
man.
kidding.
Hey man, I don't know. You better talk to some
Like, what are
people.
you, some kind of fucking coward?
What are you, a pussy? You don't know? He said, rock'em sock'em Roblox every day. Come on, that's how we live our lives.
Well, you're not a man.
You're not a man. Or a woman. Or a woman.
Oh, whoa, man.
Whoa, man. I got so much news for you. It's crazy.
Oh, do you?
I do. I got like every kind of news. Like we got like UFC, Bellator, MMA. I can ruin your dreams about your hero. I can do a lot.
My hero?
Yeah, I can just tell you how your hero has broken a record. BJ Penn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you going to say BJ Penn has broken a record for longest streak in the UFC as an active fighter without a win?
Yes.
Okay. So, one, I guessed that for shoot
Yes.
because I thought, what would make Anthony smile that big? Like, how would,
Causing pain.
if I wanted to break Darren's heart and make Darren cry big crocodile tears,
Yeah.
maybe in a rocked position in my shower, like, oh,
Oh no.
PJ
Oh,
can't
no.
win, and I can't get
No.
clean. Like, maybe if I wanted to do that to Darren, what would I tell him? Like, what information would I pass along with
Right.
glee? You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so
one.
I want to let you know that that doesn't bother me in any way,
Okay. You should watch him. You should watch him
Because-
tonight though.
because I don't think that BJ's story is fully like understood yet.
Yeah.
Like I feel like something must be motherfucking going on. Why is BJ Penn fighting? Like, think about when BJ Penn fought Kyle Uno. Like, what was the fucking date on that fight? Look that up right now, please.
BJ Penn. He said, "Look that up right now, please." Versus
Please.
Kyle.
I'm trying to learn how not
How you
to
spell his
order
name?
things around.
How you spell his name?
What?
Would you say no? Uno. Would you say?
Oh, Cowell. So it's CAOL.
C-A-
I was like, how do you spell BJ Penn? Do
I
you want
think-
me to fucking leap through Skype and kill you?
2000 February 28th, 2003.
All right, so that's 2003. So that's fucking 16 years ago.
Yep.
16-year career.
Mm-hmm.
Who else has been in the UFC for 16 years? Now, technically,
Diego
there was a
Sanchez?
period of that time where he was away.
I think Diego Sanchez hasn't beat.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Because he was
no.
wasn't he was UFC. He was UFC. I mean, Ultimate Fighter Uno.
Yeah, but that Ultimate Fighter came out way later than that.
Gee,
Ultimate Fighter came out in like 2004, 2005.
Sanchez. Let's see. How
Because I was like a white belt or a blue belt when that came out.
Let's see. When is his first UFC fight and how long?
Come on, motherfucker! You think I'm playing games here?
I'm just saying. Let's look it up. So he was here. So yeah.
BJ was I mean, Diego Sanchez was fighting in motherfucking King of the Cage.
Yeah.
When BJ was fighting. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 2005. But I'm sure he's been here longer though.
What?
Yeah, he had to have been because if you count when BJ left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you're saying for more fights?
Yeah, I'm just saying for like just period of time. I think he's just been there longer. Like he's been active longer and been.
So he's been signed to the UFC for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
I can grant you that because he never went away.
Right. Like he stayed here from like.
I'm like, that doesn't work, Anthony. Like,
so from like.
You can't just nope. I bet you Diego's been here longer.
14
no.
years. 14 years for 14 years.
But I understand what you mean.
For him and then BJ Penn. Let's see. But you can also watch him fight tonight too.
Yeah, BJ is fighting Clay Guida.
Yes. Don't be sad.
Look, man, I haven't liked a single goddamn matchup. Like, can BJ fight like? Because Clay isn't a can, and Clay will stick around. Like Clay Guida's like tough and shit. We don't need BJ Penn fighting tough dudes. Okay, like I don't approve. I don't approve of BJ fighting anyone who wouldn't fall over if you like took a heavy breath.
Right.
Like, I just want to see BJ win one and then sit. But like when his story is told, I want to know what was the real motivating driving factor behind this era of his career. I'm doing laundry. Welcome to my laundry time.
Yes.
Because I feel like there's got to be some kind of gimmick here. Like something's got to be happening in his life. Why are you fighting? Like why? Like it's because I don't really believe that if you're just looking at like real fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you look at people when they're at their best because you're trying to learn from their greatness. You don't say, oh, he was once great, but then he tarnished his legacy by doing a bunch of losses. Like that's how most people are going to interpret it, and I accept that, but I don't look at it like that. So like I don't give a fuck if he lost his last 10 fights in a row. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Right.
Because I remember that run that he went on, and then when he came back and went on that run for that second run, and they were both incredible. So like BJ is one of my all-time favorites no matter what. But I would like to see him stop doing this.
Yeah.
So if he can choke out Clay Guida and ride off into the sunset, and then one day we hear like, oh, he had this and this and that going on in his life, and that's why he continued to fight. Then I'd like to hear that side of the story, but I just want this to end. I want BJ to stop fighting. Like,
I think it
literally hurts my feelings when he loses. Like,
right.
Like there's very few things in sports that I'm emotionally attached to. Right? Like when people get like they watch a baseball game and their whole day is ruined because the fucking Cubs lost.
Yeah.
Like I like to pretend like I don't understand that. But when BJ Penn gets his ass kicked, I act like that Cubs fan.
Yeah.
Like it fucks up my day.
Right.
Right. And I don't know BJ. Like it's stupid that it fucks up my day, and I know that it's stupid, but it does. Like
no, that's fair.
So BJ needs to stop hurting my heart. He needs to stop doing this to me.
Don't hurt my heart. But yeah, so I think so. What was I gonna say? So I think a lot of it has to do with his a lot of like family issues going on.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's just a lot of stuff like that. I imagine that's part of the reason why.
I don't know.
Like,
but I only want good things for that dude.
Right. Just don't be crazy,
fucking
dude.
Legend.
Don't be crazy and just live your life.
Well, how can you not be crazy?
No. Like, don't be crazy where it costs you money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't go like knocking people out and shit. And,
yeah.
like...
Don't come swinging machetes around at people's faces. Or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Stuff like
Can't
that.
be swinging around machetes.
Yeah. Stuff like that. So that was the first piece of news I wanted to try to ruin your heart with, and now. I guess what
but I'm a strong guy here, man.
I know you are. That's why.
Beneath these brand new titties is a heart that's fucking closed around it is cast iron. I don't let nothing in there. It's fucking impenetrable.
Also, did you guys hear that you guys getting a new fight on your card?
What do you mean? What fight?
If we're getting Cerrone versus Ferguson on your guys' card.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just signed it.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, they put him in because June 8th, Chicago. Yep, 238. They just signed it. Tony Ferguson will make his return against Cerrone.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so after that, might they give Donald Cerrone what he's been begging for?
The title shot or the Conor McGregor?
Either a title shot or a Conor.
I think. I mean, hasn't he had 2 title shots already?
So maybe.
I don't. There's no.
Okay.
I think Nate Diaz.
I just wrote some fanfic in my mind.
Nate Diaz is coming out of retirement.
What? Who's he fighting?
He's probably gonna fight Conor. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
Okay, so here's what I think. Here's what I think is the ideal situation. What makes the most money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just throwing shit out here.
Right.
So you schedule. Oh, this is tough shit. Okay. You schedule Cerrone versus Ferguson.
Right.
And you hope that Cerrone, if you're Cerrone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make the most money for Donald Cerrone.
Mm-hmm.
So you schedule that fight, and you win that fight. If you're Donald Cerrone, you win. Then you fight Khabib.
After Dustin fights him.
Oh fuck! There's too many people.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of moving pieces here. So I'm gonna throw you some information right now that might help out though.
Here's the best case scenario.
Okay.
Best case scenario for him is that Diamond fights Khabib and wins.
Right.
So then he fights Poirier, gets the belt. Conor comes back. Conor fights Nate, beats Nate, fights Khabib, beats Khabib. Then you have Conor versus Donald for the belt.
Right.
Then Conor beats Donald for the belt and walks away from the game. That would be the best thing that ever happened for Donald Cerrone, me, and Conor.
Right. I agree. Now, to add some news to that is that Nate just submitted his first USADA test, which is very interesting.
Oh, yeah. I saw my first USADA test.
You saw yours?
No. I'm not tested by USADA.
You said, I just.
However, I said I saw my first USADA test.
Oh, you saw your first one, the other day.
Yeah. So I was with Jess, and we're in the PT room, and this wonderful lady who works the front desk. I see her every morning, and we smile, and she's like, "Oh, it's my favorite group." She's like, "The happy group." Like,
the happy group. That's nice.
She's the best. She's so sweet. She's like, "USADA's here for you," and like,
it's like cool.
We're clean athletes who are open about the only thing that we do. You know?
Yeah.
Like we don't do fucking performance enhancing drugs. We smoke weed.
Or we'll just say illegal substances because performance.
Right.
Everything's performance.
It's legal here. Weed's legal here, but it's within the rules of USADA that you can smoke some weed. Like, yeah. You just can't do it the day of the fight, essentially.
Right. Yeah.
And it's gonna be stopped well before that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're like, "Yeah, USADA's here," and so she's like, "Oh, cool." And we go out there, and we sit next to this lady, and she reminds me of my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's a different color.
Okay.
But she has like a similar story. Like she's got 2 jobs that she's taking the second job in order to put her kids through private school. And she was just personable and like nice. And she had a motherly energy about her.
Right.
And yeah, and so there's a big cup, and then there's 2 little containers that have these like sealed like glass. So like imagine a medicine bottle that you would have.
Yeah.
That has that little clicker, but like way more intricate and made of glass.
Yeah.
And so then you yourself have to pour the sample from the thing that you collected the sample in. And when we say sample, we're talking about urine.
Urine or
right?
blood, and blood or no, just urine.
No. And then you have to pour it into these little gimmicks, and then you have to seal it up and label it. It's a pretty intense process. Honestly, I would be frustrated by having to do that if I had to do that.
Yeah.
And I really think I would be. Especially if you called me on a day that wasn't my best day. I think there's a good chance that like that person could get some kind of negative energy thrown at them, the USADA person. Like I feel like they're an easy person to be like, "Fuck you." What are you doing here?
Yes, but we
You know?
wouldn't let that happen. We wouldn't let that happen.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I think-
I'm just saying the people around you. If it was the roles were reversed, I think the people around you would be like, all right, we're very attuned to Darren's personality and his energy fluctuations, and so we'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, he'll do it. Yeah, just here, eat this food, take this joint. Okay, all right, go.
So, but I saw the homegirl handle it with grace.
Yeah.
And so it was a very easy, smooth experience. And like literal grace too. Like she was like pouring things, labeling things. Like she's been through this countless times, like over 30 times or something, you know?
Right.
But for me, that was the first time I had ever witnessed a test happen. And I was definitely the thing that surprised me most was the hardware, actually. Like the level of sophistication in the thing that holds the sample. It was like science fiction movie shit. Like,
I mean, I believe it.
like it was impressive. So
there you go.
there was that.
That's pretty crazy.
So give me some more news. You have so much news.
I do. So we can talk about the upcoming fights. We can talk about how ESPN Plus sucks for pay-per-views.
Well, that's certainly true.
Yes. Or we can talk about fights. ESPN sucks. Or we can talk about Jack Swagger. Yeah, basically let's talk. What do we want? ESPN Plus or fights?
Let's talk about fights.
Okay. So Bellator or UFC?
They're both happening today, right?
Yep. Which one do you want to go first?
Are they staggered time-wise, or are they happening at the same fucking time?
Let's look and see. I believe they're.
What have they done to the fans?
They've made it hard to switch back and forth. Let's see. 6 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. for the 6:30 p.m. for the prelims, 9 p.m. for main card. Let's see about the UFC. Let's see UFC.
Virtually identical.
Actually, yeah, yeah. So 9 p.m. for the main card. 10 p.m. for the main card, and the prelims are at 8 on the UFC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to subtract Trey hours since I'm a West Coast guy now.
Yeah, 7 and 5.
I'm out here on
7 and 4. 7
on
and 5.
Pacific time.
Yeah. So we can go which one, Bellator or the?
Let's start with Bellator.
All right. So first up on the card, we have a Cleveland representative, Taiwan Claxton versus James Bennett.
Okay. I have no idea who James Bennett is.
Yeah.
But I will root for Taiwan. I watched him train a bit in this warehouse that he put a cage in.
Yeah.
He's put a lot of time and effort and investment in himself, and I respect that.
Yeah.
He also gave a spot for other guys who really didn't have a place to train but had some skills. He gave them a place to train too. So shout out to that dude. I hope he does well tonight.
Yes. Now we have Jake Hager or Jack Swagger.
Yeah, Jack Swagger
versus TJ Jones. Now I don't know if you've seen what TJ Jones looks like.
Is he fat?
Yeah, like he literally looks like he looks like a true neckbeard. Let me show it to the people too. Let's see. Take this.
Okay,
off.
you showed me a little bit.
Let's see if it pops up on their screen. Oh, it's not gonna pop up.
Oh, see now you're making me lean in.
All right, I'll just have to. You guys will just have to look it up on your own time.
How tall is he?
He is 6'2".
Well, see, that's not very small.
No, it's not very small. But
what's the weight that he came in at?
265.
So he came in at the limit and he's 6'2".
Yes.
What's his record? 1-1?
1-1. He currently is he's fighting a beef plant worker named Tombstone. That's his backstory.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, but people will throw out like this guy has a shoot job, like it's a fucking thing.
Right.
Like meanwhile, Chris Lytle had a shoot job the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not like he wasn't a person that wasn't capable of fighting you. But you have to also get sanctioned, right? So 1-1 is a record that is respectable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I think we have the boxing model stuck in our mind. So like when someone has a loss, you automatically think, oh, this is a 500 fighter. Well, he's only had 2 fights. Fucking Aaron Pico was 0-1.
Right.
You wanna lace up your gloves and fucking wrap a little tape around that wrist and step in with Aaron Pico and catch that body shot and die?
No.
Motherfucker. Like you're trying to get that body shot, you trying to get that left hook?
Yeah, but
from the 0-1.
It's different.
He just got starched again. So his record's not cute. But do you want those problems?
It's different though.
What's different?
It's like you just.
It is different. I'm not saying it's not different. I'm just saying I think it's easy to look at a guy who's 1-1 and be like, oh, jobber. You know, like this dude's here to get beat up. But he should be. Like, hopefully he is a jobber.
Yeah.
But he's a game jobber. Like, that's what you want. Because you need to test these guys up the ladder.
Yeah.
So you don't want him to just like steamroll everyone, but you do want him to go through people he should be able to beat and still look good. So he did a good job in his first fight, but it wasn't like he looked good.
Right.
Jake is who I'm talking about.
Right.
It wasn't like he looked like he was good at fighting. It looked like he knew how to wrestle and he was game as fuck. That's what it looked like. But I already knew that. Like, he wrestled at fucking Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and like, I know that people are like, oh, he's a pro wrestler. He did that fake shit. Like, he did that real shit his entire fucking life. You know? Like, and then he got an opportunity to make some money touring the world, like, doing one of the most difficult performing arts there is to do. And he did that at a high level. It wasn't like he was a shitty pro wrestler. He was a good pro wrestler. So it's entirely reasonable to think that he could develop into a good fighter. But we don't need to see him against tough guys yet. But we don't need to see him just like murk cans unless he can truly murk them.
Right.
Like, if he can look awesome murking them, good. But if he's just like double leg, weak ground and pound, mount, hammer fist, guy gives up, like, I don't need to see that.
Wet
like,
blanket. Wet blanket for 3 rounds. Yeah, no, I'm cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like, show me something interesting and I'll be happy for you.
Yeah.
But I'm rooting for Jake Hager.
Yeah. This
in general, not just tonight, in general.
Right. Yeah. This TJ guy also has only it looks like he only had 1 amateur fight and then went pro and then had went 1-1 after that.
I mean, look, I'm trying to like.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm just saying.
I'm trying to talk almost like a commentator and make it seem like this is more interesting than it is. But like,
it's okay. It's not. There's other interesting.
Why
fights.
would you fight for free?
Right. You wouldn't.
Like, if you could, like,
if you,
it's not good. You're getting punched. The punches are still real.
Mm-hmm.
The concussions are still just as real. And now you just don't have any money to show for it. So if we're gonna get concussions, let's get checks too.
Right. No, I agree. I just usually they get like a belt. They get built up a little bit bigger, but you know, whatever. Moving on.
In some states, there's rules.
Yeah.
In some states, you have to have X amount of fights at the amateur level, and then you have to maintain a record of a certain record to be able to fight as a professional.
Right.
There's a lot of rules, but in some states, there really aren't any. So wherever homie is from, they were running reckless. They're like, oh, you stepped in there for a second? Yeah, you can fight pro. Well, show. Get out there and make yourself some money.
Hanging out in, I think, either Kansas or Missouri.
I hear they're lovely places.
They are. Next fight on the card. AJ McKee versus Pat Curran. AJ McKee's 13-0, and then Pat Curran's 23-7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be a very competitive fight between dudes who have not just like done well for themselves in fighting, but they come from fighting pedigrees, right?
Right.
Jeff Curran's brother is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu named Jeff. Has fought all over the world in different organizations. AJ's dad is Antonio McKee, who I heard is Big J's favorite fighter of all time.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
I heard that too.
Because he's super exciting.
Yeah.
But AJ is actually exciting.
Yeah, he is too.
So that should be a good scrap.
Yeah.
I'm going to say AJ McKee.
Okay. And then, bam, 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 Sam, our co-main event, bam, bam, bam. We got the Douglas Lima versus Michael Page for the welterweight Grand Prix semifinals.
Wait, MVP's fighting somebody scary?
Yes.
Oh, man, the time has come.
Yes. See what it's like.
This is when we find out if MVP can be successful at the top level or not.
Right.
This is when we find out. Let's see. I think we'll know a lot by the end or the middle of the first round.
Yeah.
Like, how does Douglas Lima decide to engage this man?
Yeah.
If he can find a way to limit his ability to move, if he can trap him with his feet and then pin him against that cage, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, but if MVP can keep himself from being squished,
Yeah.
laid on and pressed up against, if he can keep space,
Yeah.
he can fuck up everybody. But only if he can keep space.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going to be fighting for. They're going to be fighting for who controls the closing of the distance. If Douglas Lima can close the distance and keep that distance closed.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you could say that about anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what has to be done. You have to put MVP on his motherfucking back, and you have to beat his ass from there.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody just... Now, it's not that you can't KO a man.
You can, but it's just not.
Because many superior strikers have been knocked out by wrestlers and jiu-jitsu specialists and Muay Thai specialists, and especially in, transition.
Yeah.
So it's not that he can't be knocked out. I just think that if you're giving the dude the position where he might knock you out, MVP is going to come out way more times than not with that KO victory. So that's an interesting fight. I'm glad that he's being tested finally. Yes. Not that his last fight was what? Was it Paul Daly?
Yeah, Semtex versus him. That was.
Yeah, so it's not that he didn't step in with another well-known guy.
It was just really awkward.
But it was really awkward, and I think Paul Daly has mixed performances. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes he looks like a fucking world beater who's here to kill everyone, and other times looks like he showed up to get a check.
Yeah.
So it's hard to know who you're facing when you face him. Douglas Lima comes out for the wins.
Right. And
he's trying to get some dubs.
I'm just saying, if you can shoot a shot like Jordan Burroughs, but like the distance wise, but not the skill wise, and still land it, you might have some problems. That's all I'm saying. It's that's how it is. It was I'm over. I could touch, my dick's this big. I could touch you from all the way over here. Yeah, basically that's what it was like. It's like a guy who doesn't wear glasses. He's like, oh shit, I can't see anything. My dick's this big. And it's that's pretty much what the shot was like. It's he just shot hella far away. Oh man. He's like, oh, you're reaching far. Oh, you caught him. Oh, that's scary. Oh, and he went down. Oh man, there's no sprawl, no nothing. I think I could stop.
We're gonna see.
I could stop that shot. Just saying. I'll give you $1,000.
Not right now with your bum ribs.
No, I think I can still do it. I'll take it for $1,000. For $1,000, take me down. Try to take me down.
What are you, Dylan Palacio now?
Yeah. You're gonna try to take me down for $1,000. If you can't hit a double on me for $1,000, I'm straight. I'm cool. Get off me.
Oh my God! I'll give you $1,000
if you can take me down.
You can take me down.
Yeah, and then we got main event, world title, lightweight world title fight. Michael Chandler versus another Pitbull guy. I think this is the brother of the last Pitbull guy.
Yeah, there's the twins who are in Bellator. I think their names are Patricio and Patricky.
Yeah.
And I don't know which one this one is either.
Patricio.
They're interchangeable.
Yeah, they are.
For all I know, they do twin magic where
they switch.
You know what twin magic is?
Yeah, they you switch places. Hey, I'm
you switch places.
You for today.
As soon as they cut the camera, who knows what's happening over there in the cage? I don't see them.
That's why you nick one of them. You nick them as a kid. You nick them, and that's why you know now. All that crazy scar.
I mean, he's got to job himself. He's got a kid. He's got to hit himself with a razor blade, in his eyebrow. Oh, I'm cut too.
There was some stupid movie. My mom my mom likes to watch Korean dramas, and there was a stupid show where they did that. My brother committed a crime. And the other brother's a police officer, and he has this giant scar on his cheek. So the brother has to cut a scar on his cheek so he can look like his brother, so he can go out in public and try to figure out how to not be prosecuted.
That's heavy.
That is heavy, but
you know what's all right. So I'm gonna tell you who's gonna win this fight right now.
All right, Michael Chandler.
I don't think so.
No,
I think if Michael Chandler can double leg this dude and beat the fuck out of him on the ground, he can win.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't check kicks in this fight,
it's over.
I think so, man. I think he needs to fucking move his goddamn leg out the way at least. He eats leg kicks like he don't give a fuck.
He's whatever.
And I don't think you can do that. And I think his last couple fights with Premise revealed that. So yeah, I think he needs to watch that tactic. He needs to fucking decide to just defend his goddamn legs and put the hurt on motherfuckers.
Yes.
What time is it right this second?
It would be 9:30 your time or 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm running short on time.
Okay.
That's okay though. Let's let's finish out our discussion here.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that if Michael Chandler doesn't take him down, or just defend leg kicks, it's not that he can't do well in the standing.
Yeah.
But it's like a decision, man. It's like some of these dudes just say, "Fuck it, I'm not checking that."
Yeah.
Like maybe they had a bad experience in training, or they saw a dude get their leg broke, and they're like, "Look, no one ever broke my leg with a kick.
Mm-hmm.
It just hurts a lot.
Yeah.
So fuck you. I'm gonna take that kick and punch you in the face with my right every time you kick me in the leg."
Yeah.
Like that's some motherfucker strategy. Like
Sometimes,
fuck you, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Sometimes it works, but
sometimes it works, and sometimes your leg shuts off.
yeah, sometimes you just.
You ever see that fight where Michael Chandler's leg just stopped working?
It's just limping. It's just dragging across the floor.
His foot went limp. It just stopped working. His
Yeah,
leg
it's
was
just
just like,
destroyed.
nope. Like I see that you're in this fight, Michael, but
I'm not
we
here.
going home.
Yeah,
Like,
we're taking. So we can set it hours off, boss. We're off work. It's 5 o'clock. We're over. We're done working today. We're done working.
punching out.
Yeah.
Sorry, gotta go home.
All right. So
Like, yeah. So if that doesn't happen, then Michael Chandler can win this fight. But I think that very well could happen. I think they could get into a pissing contest. I think when I saw the weigh-in and they were like all in each other's faces, and apparently there was some kind of scuffle backstage.
yeah.
I think that emotion is gonna make Michael Chandler bite down on his fucking mouthpiece and start swinging for the goddamn fence and not defend his fucking leg, and he could be compromised again. And if he gets compromised in this fight, I think Pitbull will put him out. Anthony,
Yes.
do you have a piece of weird news before I have to leave you?
Yes, I do. Let's see.
Hit me.
Lately, I've been getting a lot of Cleveland news, so we can either. So you got two. You can either talk about Chinese live streamer tries to eat octopus alive, nearly gets her face ripped off. Or
I think you just told that story right now.
Or dancing shoplifter wanted by Westlake police.
Or what?
Dancing shoplifter.
Oh, see, I heard something way more horrible than that.
What'd you hear?
I heard dancing child molester wanted by police, and I was like, he motherfucking danced on the kids like he was stunting. Like he was like, "Oh, I took your shit. Oh,
He's like, I touched your dick, kid.
I ruined your life. I ruined your life."
I think he was
I was like-
dancing as he was
like-
molested. He would be
That's a special place in hell. Like if
Yeah.
you celebrate,
I don't think it would be a celebration. I think it's like while it's happening, like he's molesting you and dancing. Like he's moonwalking while he's grabbing you by your balls. Like that's the type
Oh
of
my
thing
God.
he's doing.
we're going to hell.
That's okay. It's fine. There's a lot of cool people in hell. Hitler's there.
I mean, how dare you, sir?
What? He's not in hell? You think he's in heaven? It's up to you. It's your beliefs.
I was how daring the idea of him being cool.
Oh,
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
I mean,
Anthony?
hold on. Do you want to see the guy dance as he steals stuff?
Yes, I do actually.
All right. Like somehow.
We'll close on dancing.
Yeah, somehow he stole like $300 worth of what's it called? Come on, thing, load up, refresh.
Like vitamin water,
No,
coconut water.
I think actually it stole your favorite. I think right here you watch him steal some Red Bull.
It's not that that's my favorite. It's just like necessary.
Necessary. It's convenient.
I'm a rain guy now. I'm on some new shit.
The new healthy stuff. So all right.
I don't know if it's healthy or not. I mean, it's a fucking energy drink. It can't be healthy.
This young man is walking in. He comes in. He's like, at first he's like looks all cool. He's trying to chill out.
He looks all cool. Oh, he like throws up his hands.
I thought he was just like he's like, oh my goodness. And this is
He's
like
like, I'm in the cooler. I can't believe it.
right.
We really out here.
He out here starts dancing. I don't know why he's chopping up, but he's getting
Out here.
He's starting.
Look out. Uh-oh. Oh, he has big elaborate dances.
Yeah, he does.
He's got some really big movements.
takes a Red Bull and he's out. He's gone like a light.
Wow.
And
That was the most exhilarating moment of that dude's life.
But he stole $300 worth of merch. He stole like 4 cases of energy drinks. He got 4 of them and walked out.
Wow.
It's like, and nobody like, I'm like, how do you not notice the dude stole like 400? And it's like just like Michael Jackson moonwalking out the door.
Sometimes when people see someone doing something so bold, they just assume they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like, if you just walk into the back cooler, because that's where he is. He's in the back cooler.
Well, this is like,
If you walk-
this is like the employee, but it's like the employee.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well,
Do you need more time?
Like 5 minutes. All right.
let's just wrap this up. We just say.
Yeah. So look, a lot of times when people see somebody just doing some wild shit, like you're grabbing a big case of merchandise and dancing out the door, They just assume, oh, maybe he's the Red Bull representative. He's supposed to do that. Maybe they're recalling that. Like, who knows?
Right.
And they just go about their business.
Yeah.
Right. It's when you're like looking around all sketchy that you make yourself known. And let that be a lesson to all of you potential shoplifters. Act like you know what you're doing, and maybe you'll get away.
There you go.
Anthony, I've got to fucking go. I'm still wearing pajama pants right now.
Yeah. All right.
And we gotta go to extreme. So
Dick flash. Nice.
that was not a dick flash. You son of a bitch.
Ladies.
Goodbye, internet. XOXO.
All right. See
You
you.
son of a bitch.